Welcome to our family Mishti Meow Diary. Today we have got a new recipe that is flex seeds with chicken. And here I have made a powder of flex seed and I have taken some silver fish. Okay, very few silver fish, like 7-8 pieces of silver fish, and this is around half kg of boneless chicken breast. Okay, so using this I'm going to prepare today's recipe. So for this, as usual, we'll be boiling some water, and boiled water obviously is the first and the most important ingredient to be used here. And to this we are going to add the chicken and the fish, and we'll let it cook for some time. So today I came up with the idea of adding flex seeds, because flex seeds are very beneficial. They are very rich in omega 3, good for the cardiovascular health of the pets. Okay, and for that reason I decided to try this recipe out for them. So here I have just added the chicken. So before you add the chicken here, it's very important that you wash the chicken properly, clean the fish, gut it out, okay, and then put it here for boiling. Okay, always make sure that you are washing the meat or degutting the or like gutting out the fish before we boil it. So here you will find Mishti is sitting on the table waiting for her food, and today's recipe is especially for Mishti because Mishti likes boneless chicken, and keeping that in mind I have prepared today's recipe. And yes, today we have bought some new food boxes for them. So these are the food boxes which I will be using for the storing of the food. Okay, so good boxes for storage, and if you want the link I can share this, but nice boxes, freezer safe, okay, dishwashing safe. So that's good. The only mistake what we did was it's not microwave safe. Okay, but good for freezer safe because I freeze the food most of the time. So yes, a good choice for me. Okay, so this is what we have done today, new storage boxes, and you can see Mishti. So Mishti is all waiting for the food, and here we are seeing, yes, the chicken is almost getting cooked, but yet we will just mix it well. Okay, just make sure that it is boiled properly, boiled from all the sides, fully cooked. Okay, so we'll make sure of that. And here I'll just wait for it to get fully cooked, because getting it fully cooked is very important. Okay, Mishti doesn't like uncooked chicken much, so for her preference, and this meal is specially being prepared for her, so that's the reason I've used boneless chicken, and I'm going to let it cook properly. Okay, because it's very important that we cook the non-veg well for them. If not, it is good to give them raw. So here this is the flaxseed powder. So to make this I had just roasted the flaxseed a bit and grinded it in the mixer and made a fine powder of it. So this is how it is. So you can also make it, if you don't get flaxseed powder, you can definitely purchase some flaxseed and make it. So this quantity is around 2 tablespoons of flax seeds. So here side by side I'm keeping an eye on the chicken, making sure that the chicken is cooked completely and nicely. So taking care that the chicken should be fully cooked, because it's very important here for the chicken to be fully cooked. Okay, because, and especially Mishti being a fussy one, so I am just hoping that Mishti likes this recipe, because in this, like, I have just added all, all the good components. So I'm just waiting. So you can see the fish here, the fish is cooked, and this is how the silver fish gets cooked easy, but I'll make sure that I remove the bones of the fishes. Okay, because for Mishti I don't want to take any risk. Okay, no, she cannot eat these bones and she doesn't like it, so I'll be making sure that I remove the bones from here. Okay, so I will be removing these bones and I will keep them aside. So I'll make sure that I remove each and every fish from here and remove the bones from the fish and just put the meat back. Okay, I won't be putting any bones here for Mishti. Okay, and as it is because Mishti doesn't like bones, so I'll make sure that yes, I just debone the fishes. Okay, and you too can do the same thing for your cat if your cat doesn't like this. Though silverfish has a soft bone and it is okay to give to your cat, it's not a problem. But if your cat is very fussy like Mishti, you can definitely debone it. Okay, remove all the bones from the fishes, and you can see here that I have collected the bones, and now here the chicken is ready. So to this I'm going to add the flaxseed powder. Okay, so flaxseed rich in omega-3, good for bones, good for skin, good for the coat, okay, and good for the cardiovascular health. So it's very important. Now flax seeds are really a very rich source of omega-3, and that is the reason I just thought to include this in their diet. Okay, there are many fancy diet nowadays available, and you can see that they use these seeds. So I am going to use this and making a completely homemade chicken for them. Okay, preservative free, and as I said, like economical as well. Okay, so yes, you need to keep mixing it well, and that is what I'm doing, because as you know that once we add the flaxseed, okay, this will thicken, the water will get thicken here. Okay, it no longer will be like thin, it will thicken little by little. So I will just cook it for some time. Okay, like 5 to 7 minutes or roughly 10 minutes better, you can just, but make sure that you keep stirring time and again. And now it's turn to put off the stove. Okay, so I will be turning off the stove and letting this mixture to cool. It has to cool down completely. Okay, that is very important. So I'll make sure the stove is turned off. I'm just checking for everything, for this to not get very sticky and all, and that's it. I will just leave it to cool. Okay, and once it cools down, it's good that you break it. So you can see here I have made it like all the chicken I have just made into bigger chunks. I have just broken it into bigger chunks, and I will be transferring it into a blender. So I am using the chutney jar. Okay, but you can use any jar of your choice. I have used the chutney jar here, and I will be adding all the chicken in here. Okay, so like this, for me I had to blend this mixture 2 times. So as you can see here, I have put it into the blender jar, and here it's ready. So I will be blending it into a fine paste. So this is how it will look after we blend it out, and I have taken it out into the bowls. So this much is the quantity what I have got, like roughly I will say 750, like around, yes, 800 grams like that. And here I have given this to Mishti to taste as well. Okay, so you can see like she is licking it, and her licking this is sufficient enough for me to feel happy to put this effort to create a new recipe. Okay, I'm really delighted that I was able to create something for Mishti wherein I didn't have to force feed her or put it in her mouth. She herself is having it. So it's such a joy to see her eating it. Okay, and the only thing what I have done here is like I have just sprinkled some treat over it so that it's easy for her to just lick it out. And you too can try the same trick if your cat is very fussy. Okay, but I'm really happy that this very healthy and wholesome recipe has been liked by Mishti, and she is literally enjoying it. So it's really an amazing feeling. Okay, it really makes me happy when Mishti eats on her own, and this feeling is like I cannot describe in words. Okay, it's an awesome feeling. So I too hope that you can try this recipe for your cats and they too will be liking it. Okay, so as you know, I have provided you all the methods. So a great way, a great recipe for a good skin and good coat for your cats. And you can see Mishti here grooming herself after finishing her food. Okay, so it's really a joy to see her like this. Okay, she has enjoyed her food, and that's the best thing ever. So really good, really a nice recipe. Thank you everyone for watching us. Stay tuned for more recipes.